Welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is...
Luke Smith.
Well, things are wrapping up with my Geek of the Week, and I thought we should do something special, kind of to cap it off. Now, I know we could have started playing a game maybe like
Descent.
Or...
Arkham Horror.
Arkham Horror. But I know what you guys really want to see us play. You want to see us play Costanza! Okay, now I realize everyone probably would much rather see Arkham Horror Descent 2. But this is my Geek of the Week, and this is a game that I designed, well, with a couple of colleagues. I did most of the work. It was a game that we played for several years at work on our lunches and breaks, pretty much every lunch and break. And not because the game was so fantastic or anything, but it was because it was our game. We'd made it up, and it was so simple you could just play it and talk, and it didn't really require a lot of thought, to be honest. So it's played with a regular deck of playing cards. Because it's so simple, I think we can sort of teach it as we play.
Okay.
And anyone who doesn't know what we do here at Watch It Played, you get a little sense of how we work. All right, so let's get you guys to the table, and you'll see how you play Costanza. One of the things I had the most fun when coming up with this game was designing the rulebook. So we have a little cover on here, some fake reviews from the New York Times and Rolling Stone, then a little bit of background information on how we came up with the game and why, and the most convoluted rules I could possibly come up with. I kind of did that ironically because honestly this game is so simple you barely even need one page to explain it. But you don't need this at all because we're going to show you right now. So you take the deck of cards, regular 52 deck of cards, you give it a quick shuffle, and then each player is going to cut the deck and reveal the bottom card of their cut. So I've got a 3 here, and Luke has got a 10. Whoever has the lowest, that's going to be the dealer for this round. So I'm going to take the cards, shuffle them up, and then I'm going to deal 7 cards to each of us. 1 for me, 2 for Luke, 3 for me, 3 for Luke, and so on until every person has 7 cards. We're going to take our cards. The rest of the cards we're going to put here as the draw pile. Now, because I dealt, Luke gets to go first. And the object of the game is to get rid of all the cards in your hand. I'll just show you the cards I have right now. And the way you get rid of them is by playing them in runs. And those runs have to be numbers that go either up or down, and they have to match the same color. It doesn't matter the suit, but you can either play, say, a run in red or a run in black. And that run can include duplicates. So you could do 2, 3, 3, 4 if you had it, or Jack, Queen, Queen, King, King, for example. And the cards wrap around. So once you get to King, you can then loop on to Ace, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For the first round of play, as the first player, Luke has to pick one color and then play as many cards of that color as he can or wants to. So Luke, do you have a run in either of those colors that you want to play?
I have 2 red queens.
Okay, so Luke's going to play 2 red queens. And the way it works is the player who goes first places black left of the draw pile and red to the right of the draw pile relative to that player. Okay, so now because the first player laid red, as the second player, I have to lay black. I have to create a black pile. And I don't really have any runs in black, so I'm just going to play a single card, like so. Once both the black and the red pile are established, the next player can then play to either or both piles if they have cards that can create runs off of the face-up cards. So, Luke, you get to go next. Do you have anything you can play against these?
Yeah, 7.
All right, so 7 goes onto the black pile. Now it's my turn. For my turn, I have a red king that I can play on this red queen. So, Luke, do you have any cards you can play for your turn?
No, I can't.
Okay, so this is basically the last rule for the game. If you cannot play a card, then you have to draw a card from the draw pile. So Luke, go ahead. Now there's one special catch here. If the card you've drawn is one that you would be able to play, then you can do so. And you can play any other cards that would then chain off of that card you drew. But you also have another option as well. If you have a card in your hand that matches the value of either of the face-up cards, but it's the opposite color. So instead of a red king, maybe you have a black king, or maybe you have a red 7. You can then play those to those piles. And basically, in that situation, you're changing the color value of that pile now. So this would turn into a red pile if he played a red 7 here. And then again, he can continue to play other cards. The only time you can do a conversion like that is after you've drawn a card, and it has to be the first thing you do after drawing the card. So Luke, you've drawn a card. Are you able to continue playing?
Yes, I can play a black king.
Perfect, so there's a conversion example right there.
And I can play a 6 black.
So I'm guessing the 6 is what you drew.
Yeah.
And you had this in your hand already.
Yeah.
Okay, well that worked out pretty good. Now it's my turn. And I can play the queen, which brings me down to 4 cards in my hand. What about you, Luke?
3 cards.
And can you play a card this turn?
No.
Oh, well then I guess you'll be drawing.
Yeah.
And now what can you do?
I can...
Another conversion. Excellent. Anything else?
No.
All right. I think you guys have seen enough of the game that you probably understand how it works. We don't need to play through the whole thing.
Because I'm just going to win, of course.
Well, that's another good reason not to do it as well. But let me explain again how you win. So if someone goes out of all the cards in their hand, they automatically win. But that may not happen. You may get all the way to the end of the draw pile, and still people have cards in their hands, and no one's gone out. In that situation, then whoever has the least number of cards, they're the winner. Now, if more than one person has the least number of cards, a little bit of a tie there, then whoever has the lowest value card in their hand. Now, if 2 people have the same lowest value in their hand, black beats red.
But
and
what if you have black in your hand and the other opponent has black in your hand?
right,
Or
so
red.
so the 2 lowest value, what if they're both the same color? This just goes to show you, how game designers, no matter how much they play a game, can still miss things. Because, like I said, we played this game for at least 4 years and pretty much every day. And somehow that never came up, and we don't have a rule for that. So I'm making up a rule right now. If that ever happens in a game of Costanza, put the cards away, never play the game again. All right, so listen, that was just a little bit of silliness. The Geek of the Week, I thought here's a little something geeky about me that I would share. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who posted in the thread and left nice comments on the bio video as well in the YouTube channel. Really nice, of course, to get all that really positive feedback, and really fun to answer all those serious and sometimes silly questions that people were posting at Board Game Geek as well. And really, I need to share the Geek of the Week with my pal Luke, who's been a big part of this show with me, and also Andrea, who unfortunately, again, is not here because she's off at a movie with her mother. So I know she's having a good time, and certainly she shares that with me as well. I really look forward to announcing the next Geek of the Week, which will be happening very soon. I just whispered that in Luke's ear earlier. Do you think it's a good pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, good pick. So we'll be posting that very soon. As always, though, guys, thanks for watching.